Hi, the purpose of this video is to explain how to insert and move around between Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. I noticed quite a few people in the pretest struggled with this. So if you were able to easily move your PowerPoint into your Word document and save it as a PDF, then you don't need to watch this video. But if on the other hand you did struggle with that, which was a pretty good percentage of you, then you might want to just give this a quick watch. So first thing is, I am logged on to week 1 where the pretest is, so that I could show you what you would do here is you would start with the pretest document, click on it, download it, which I've done, and also download this document as well, the Industrial Production Index, because we needed both of those to do this project that we were doing. So now I'm just going to slide this to the side, and I'm going to open up the pretest document and slide that over here, and the industrial production data as well. Leave that sitting up here on the side. Okay, now within the pretest, I'm going to go over some of these questions when we get into class on Wednesday, but a pretty good percentage of you guys got this first one right. Very few got the second one right. Most everybody the third. This was probably 30% of the people got this number 4 right. Number 5, a little greater percentage, maybe 50%. What is the average of the manufacturing for all SIC codes? Let me just show you how to do that, because enough of you struggled with it that it's probably worth showing you. So I'm going to stretch this out so you can see it. Now first of all, what I was talking about here is this row number 9, and if you go all the way here over to the end, you should be able to click in this box. And you can do this a few different ways. Probably the easiest way is to go right here and hit average. And then you got to make sure that it goes all the way back to 1972, and then you hit return. So you get this 64.8. If on the other, if you went and you did something different, like maybe you did this one right here, the total index, then you would get this 67.8. If you did any subcategory of this, you're going to get slightly different numbers, but if you just drag that down, you can kind of see what the averages would be for all these different industries. So that's just an easy trick. So just to kind of recap, you put your cell right there, just highlight it, do nothing else, just click in that cell, go up here and hit average. And it usually will default to the first number it sees and capture it for you. If you want to copy that down, you can just go right over it and pull it down, and it'll give you the sum, and it will roll down all the way down. Okay, so that's that. Then the next thing that I think people struggle with a little bit is this number 10 here, creating a scatter plot. We'll do a little bit of this. Well, actually, we'll do a lot of this in class, so you'll probably get pretty comfortable. But I just want to show you, kind of before we get into that, kind of how you would go about this. So we go over here, we pull our data up, and let's just say we want to do a scatter plot on, well, actually, I guess I can just look at what the assignment was. Production. Create a graph that depicts the changing industrial production index for computers and electronic products, aerospace, petroleum, and coal. And we want to do an interaction between years and these lines. So let's go over here and highlight the ones we need. So we've got computers and electronics, so we'll just bold those so we can see them in a minute. I'll make them red. And then we've got aerospace and petroleum, which is there, and what was the other one? Coal products. So we're going to use the format painter. I think this is a nice trick. So this is the format we want. We're going to click on that. Okay, so there you go. All right, so now we've got those, and we want to compare those over time. So we go back over here, we can highlight this 1972 all the way to 2020. Then we'll hit the control key and highlight this one, and this one, and this one. Then we can go up here to insert chart scatterplot. So I thought it would be a little bit easier if I just copied it over here to show you how to do it. So I just copied the 3 lines that mattered: computers and electronics, aerospace, petroleum, and oil, and then the industry. And if you're not entirely certain how to do that, it just dawned on me I should probably show you how to do that as well. I just went over here and I clicked on, say, 17, because that's the row that it's sitting in that I want. And I can just do Control C, and that copies the line. Or if you don't know how to do that, you can also hit this and go up here and do copy right there. So anyways, you copy it and then you bring it to wherever you want to bring it, and you just hit somewhere over here on the numbers that run down the side, and then hit Control V, and that will copy it in. And if you can't remember those, you can just do copy, paste right here. You just paste it in. Okay, so once you have it in there, it needs to be the years at the top, and then the 3 other things that you want on your graph. So you can just click on the word industry, then hit Control Shift and the right arrow key, and it will highlight all the way over to the end, and then down, and then put insert right here. This is a scatter plot. So what you want to do is, because I highlighted the names, it gives them to me there, and then you can just sort of see the patterns of each of the pieces of industries, excuse me. And you could change this to, you know, the industrial, oops, typo there. And then you can just insert this into your pretest. So let me show you. A few of you guys had some trouble with that. That was the whole purpose of the video. I got a little sidetracked there. So you want to click on this right up here at the top. So when you click on it, you should see these little boxes. Then you want to right click and say copy. Now we're going to go over here, and we need to make some space here after number 10, which I just did. And then I'm going to right click. Now these are my choices. I can paste it like this, and it will bring it over just like it is in Excel, which would be fine. We could do that. But sometimes the format will get messed up when you do this. Depends on a lot of things. In this case, I made enough room so it works okay to do that. But if for whatever reason that's not working for you, you can always choose this, and it pastes a picture. And the nice thing about pasting a picture is then you can just make it really small, or you can make it really large. There's just a lot of things you can, it's just easier to work with because it's a picture file instead of the actual graph. This thing over here is also very important. If you lay this on top of the data, which is how it is right now, then notice how it sits on top of the words, and we could scoot it up here and it would just cover up the test. And that's always a little frustrating, you know, a little hard to read. But the way I like to do it is this with the wrapping. So now I can make it a little smaller, and it'll wrap into the text. And so this was number 10, and so this makes it easy. Okay, here's the question, here's the graph. Makes it a little bit easier. So that's how you insert it in there as a picture. But we could have also just pasted it as a regular, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a regular, okay, so now the other thing I wanted to show you is how to insert a PowerPoint. So it's sort of the same logic. I'm going to go over here and pull up this PowerPoint that I had made for something. So here's my PowerPoint with me and my crew, and I want to put this PowerPoint into my document so I can turn that in. So what I'm going to do, there's a few different ways you can do it. If you click on this slide over here like this and you hit Control C, then when you go over here to your document. Well, let me get over here where I can make a little space here. I can right click, paste, and it will just copy it in exactly the same as you see it in PowerPoint. But like Excel, we can use this various types of pasting. So if you go right up here to paste and hit that down arrow, you can do paste special. When you do paste special, you have some choices. A picture is often the easiest, and many other things we're going to do in this class, a picture is just the easiest way to do it. A JPEG will give you a little higher picture quality than the way the default is. But the same thing is true here. We might want to make it smaller, you know, if it's too big, and change the format, like say here, and we can run it up here and make the words move when we move it around in here. So now we've got this done, and then the last thing I want to show you how to do is to save it as a PDF. This is really important. All the stuff I ask you to submit in class, I want you to save them as a PDF, and the reason is then it squishes it all into one file for me, so that when I am grading it on Blackboard, I just have to open one file for each of the 49 students. If you save it into 3 documents, because you know you're using Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, then it's kind of labor intensive for me to have to like flip through all the different files, and I know it seems simple, but it really isn't. So now if I want to save this and submit it, I hit save as. So you always, did I say always, want to save this to your own place first. So for me, I save all my stuff in my folder called BUA 601, and in this is the pretest, so I'm going to save it in here, and I'm going to save it with my last name first, so Miles, comma, Patty, and I'm going to call this BUA 601 pre-test, I believe is how I asked you to do it. Let me see, I can't remember. And I'm going to get rid of all of the rest of this stuff because I don't want that. Then I'm going to save it as a document, because when I save it as a document, I can go back in and change it. So I don't know, there's just many times when students want to go back and change or do something different, but they're asking me for the document. So you want to save it in your own place first. So you've saved it, you're going to hit save. Now I'm going to save it as a PDF. So it should be miles.patty.pretest. So that's the form, the convention, because this is how you're going to do it to upload it. So you hit save as, you go here, save everything the same, but here, see where it says Word document? You hit the down arrow, which is right over here, and you go to PDF. Now we want it to be miles.patty, no 601, .pretest.pdf. This is critically important, because then when I save them to my hard drive, I have them in alphabetical order so I can find them, and I need it to say, it will always be the different assignments. It would be assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, test 1, test 2, because I need your last name and then I need whatever it is. If you just put pretest or document, of course that is quite a large problem, right? Because if everybody does that, I can't tell one from another. So this is important. Miles.patty.pretest PDF. So I hit save. Now it's got everything in here, right? It's got my little slide, my PowerPoint, it has my graph, and well, it should have my name up here, but I didn't write my name because I didn't do all that, but hopefully you guys did. So then once I'm finished with this, I should be able to submit it to Blackboard. So I'll run through that real quick. So I opened up the pretest document place, and I'm going to go here, browse my computer, and I'm going to find my pretest, which is here, and I'm going to hit open, and then I'm going to go down here to the bottom and hit submit for this pretest. And if you have other questions, by all means, please let me know. Okay, thanks, bye.